British Sign Language is a way of communicating using gestures, facial expressions, and body language. It is estimated that there are around 151,000 British Sign Language users in the UK, and that includes me. I use BSL when I take my cochlear implants off, because when I take them off, I literally cannot hear at all. Elm Tree Primary School in Suffolk decided to scrap their French and Spanish lessons in favour of teaching BSL a couple of years ago.
I love learning BSL because it's exactly like learning another language. Although I do like learning other languages, learning BSL is really important because you never know when you might need it.
My favourite BSL word is turtle.
My favourite BSL word is dog.
Their lessons were inspired by an ex-pupil, Daniel. He's been campaigning for British Sign Language to be offered as a GCSE, which he told FYI about when he was 12 years old. And 7 years on, he's still fighting. Today, he's joined by his mum, Anne, who is his interpreter for our chat. Hi, Daniel. Great to see you.
Hello, Sam. Good to see you too.
Schools in England were supposed to offer BSL as a GCSE in September, but it's been delayed. And in Wales, it's been suspended. How do you feel about that?
So it's really disappointing, which means that more children are going to miss out. I remember before when I was at school, you know, I was the only one who signed in school. If we'd had the GCSE back then, my life would have been really different. I'd have had more friends, you know, I'd been able to, you know, had a lot less problem communicating with other children.
We got in touch with the government's Department of Education to get an update on their plans for British Sign Language GCSE, and they told us,
"We are continuing to work closely with Ofqual to make sure the qualification is the best it can be for students."
Ofqual, or the Office of Qualifications and Examinations Regulations, said,
"The GCSE in British Sign Language is a completely new qualification. It is different from other language GCSEs, and so working out how to assess students' achievements properly will take time."
They want to make sure that the GCSE is of high level, high standard, and I agree with that. That's important, that the qualification, you know, is right and children can be proud of achieving that. But at the same time, you know, I feel really frustrated because, you know, another delay, which means more children are going to miss out.
Do you think BSL is more useful than, say, French or Spanish lessons?
I have to be honest and say yes. You know, here in Britain, I know that all languages are really important and valuable, really. It's important to learn, but in Britain, BSL is more useful.
But for Elm Tree School, their BSL lessons are still going strong, and Daniel's mum is actually teaching the classes.
Sometimes when I'm out of school, I use BSL to talk to deaf people.
I think more schools should be teaching BSL, even if you're not deaf, because I have a family member that is deaf and I like how I can communicate to them.
You know, I feel proud and happy to see that at my old primary school, that's happening now. You know, I always feel it's a really positive thing when someone comes up to me and even if they sign good morning, please, thank you, you know, if everyone in Britain could do that, that would be great.
Here on FYI, we'll keep you up to date on when the BSL GCSE is eventually introduced.